Jackson Arnold, coming from Oklahoma to Auburn, probably understands all of this that we're talking about better than anybody else. And Hugh Freeze got asked about Jackson Arnold's confidence and how you handle that coming off of that last season in Oklahoma. His answer was very interesting for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, the judge of that, I think, will come. I actually we are doing personality tests for our entire building, and I really enjoyed studying that on Jackson and myself. And the owner of the company kind of came and sat with me and went through my coordinators and the quarterbacks and gave me his ideas, and I thought he was brilliant. I really do, and it helped me a lot understand, how Jackson and Deuce and Ashton, how do they need to be coached by me? Because I can be, as he pointed out several times, I can be that Michael Jordan side of, you got to get this right. Why didn't you get it right? Instead I probably need to be more of the Scottie Pippen sometimes with some quarterbacks. And I think it's helped Jackson and I and Deuce and I, because I know even when I see them right now, I saw him sitting out there, the things that we discussed at that meeting immediately popped to my mind about, all right, what is it that Jackson needs to hear from me right now? Or what is it that Deuce or Ashton, and I need to do the whole team. I just don't know that I can, my memory's that good, but it's been very helpful, and I think he had to regain confidence. And I think that we've taken a lot of steps toward that, and I feel really good about that right now. Ultimately, I don't think there's any way you're going to really judge it until we hit the field. But he's got the swagger right now and the respect of this football team and a great understanding of our offense.
Ellis in the chat, Michael Jordan is a crazy comp. Not so crazy when you realize which version of Michael Jordan he's talking about. He's talking about like when he was with the Wizards and he's just telling Kwame Brown, like, hey, why can't you just do this, idiot? Just be good like me. Like that. And that was Hugh's problem last year with Peyton Thorne. Why can't you just do, and then he throws him under the bus.
Yeah. So, why can't you just do this? Yeah.
And so maybe he's getting that, but the Jackson Arnold piece of it is more interesting because how much of this was just a perfect storm of bad at Oklahoma last year? Lazy offensive coordinator hire. Offensive line was not good enough. Quarterback was dealing with all of that, was a first-year starter. Horrific injuries to all of their best receivers. Like, how much of that was the perfect storm? And are we maybe underestimating Oklahoma and Jackson Arnold because of those things?
Yeah, well, the thing that you know about me when it comes to Arnold is, like, I don't know that last year was a fair shake in terms of his evaluating him. And, like, has Auburn even, like, officially announced him as the starter? I know there was some question about that. This is,
I mean, the fact that he's there, right? Is probably
like,
an announcement enough.
Now, and talking about him, I think that it's pretty clear who it is. But he could be really, really good still. Maybe he isn't going to be good. I don't know, but I don't know that jumping to a conclusion about him based on last year is smart. I think that he had a very fractured season too. Not only did he not have an offensive line that could block for him, his entire receiving core was injured and he got yanked in and out of the lineup. Like, what do you expect from a first-year starter?
Right, and the OC was overwhelmed. Was not, and he may have been overwhelmed by the injuries to the receivers and the poor quality offensive line that he inherited. But yeah, all of it was bad. Here's Jackson Arnold on that personality test, by the way. He shed a little more light on it.
Yeah, he did have us take a personality test. I took mine on my official visit, like one random morning. And I don't know if he used that as like a weeding out tool for the transfer portal, but obviously there's something about it he liked. So, yeah, I mean, I do like it for coaching. You know, he wants to see what personalities fit him and his coaching style. And, you know, if that fit's not good, then, you know, don't grab that guy out of the portal. So I completely understand him doing that.
Can you handle being thrown under the bus? And Jackson Arnold's like, yes, I can. I have been many times.
Yeah. Have you ever taken a personality test?
Yes.
Yeah. I guess there's one that's like famous, like that's pretty.
Myers-Briggs. I am an ENTP. I went through most of life thinking I was an ENFP, but I am not a feeler. I am more of a thinker, as my wife pointed out.
Yeah, there's multiple tests. Like my wife made me take one, and we don't remember my results. But I think that it's probably willful forgetness, or that's not. You get what I'm saying? Willful ignorance or forgetness isn't a word, but you get it. She forgot on purpose because I'm a crazy person. I don't know. That's interesting. It's like kind of like
mine is called the debater, by the way.
Then maybe that's what I am too. I like to argue with people. Yeah, the personality test is the Wonderlic, but the results don't tell you how smart you are, just whether or not I'm going to like you.
Exactly. Can you handle being thrown under the bus? And Jackson Arnold was thrown under the bus a lot.
Yeah, what if it was just a 10 questionnaire of like Hugh Freeze asking questions for himself, and it wasn't the official personality test?
I'm not putting it past him.
God, if Hugh Freeze were to throw Jackson Arnold under the bus, that would be I think that's the nail in the coffin.
I mean, Jackson Arnold got thrown in front of literal buses last year, if we're calling Dylan Stewart a bus. Arnold said yesterday that his welcome to the SEC moment, his true welcome to the SEC moment, was just standing behind the line of scrimmage and looking at South Carolina's defensive line like, oh my God, these people are huge.
Yeah. That is maybe the difference between the Big 12 and the SEC, right? Like, you don't go play BYU and face those animals.
Dylan Stewart is not there, and he's not bookended by Kyle Kennard.
Yeah, Jackson Arnold in the Big 12 would have gone and played TCU, and they would have been a very good team, but they wouldn't have had those animals.
Right. And at that point, Oklahoma's offensive line was in shambles. There had been injuries. The confidence was at an all-time low. Like, that South Carolina game was not even a competition. There was no question who was going to win that game. It was just, he just got annihilated. He essentially was thrown to the wolves in that game.
Yeah. Also, don't think any team with a fractured, bad offensive line could have beaten that South Carolina team last year.
No.
It's a terrible. Is there?
But that's the thing. Like, not only are we potentially underestimating Jackson Arnold on that front, we also may be underestimating Oklahoma because of that. Sure. Assuming it will be like, because it's a new offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle. We've talked to our folks at Sooner Scoop about how philosophically they changed the recruiting on the offensive line a few years ago, but that sort of takes time to catch up. And then you've got John Mateer, obviously, who we've seen perform at a very high level when he was Washington State's quarterback.
And people have a hard time forgetting what happened last year and when evaluating the next year.